a channel for people that want to go into ready-to-wear business, and be sure that here you will be getting quality illustrations that you can always try out on your own. Okay, and here the aim here is to make illustrations for styles that you can create within 30 minutes, styles that you can create without any hassle, without having to waste time, styles that you can create and is wearable, things that you can wear every day. So this is an everyday outfit, and it depends on how you wear it, you always come out looking classy. Okay, so let's go right into this tutorial. First of all, the material you are going to use to sew this cloth is what is going to bring out this cloth. Now, I will advise, do not use lycra. 1, do not use crepe. 2, but if you must use crepe, please use the thick crepe, not these light ones. Then secondly, you can also use polish material, polish, because it's thick. But then again, if you want to make it flashy, you can use damask, plain damask for this style. Okay, if you want to make it flashy, you can use plain damask for this. Whatever material you have to use for this style, it has to be something that is that can stand, not something that will just fall anyhow. Okay, so let's go into the cutting. So we've done the cutting, we've plotted our pattern. Okay, plot this style on your pattern paper. Plot it on your pattern paper before transferring to your fabric, so that you can get exactly everything that you need to get. Okay, so now this gown is supposed to be cut on flare, but to minimize waste material, you can cut it straight. Now I'll be showing you what to do to give this effect, that flare effect that you're seeing on that gown. So we have plotted our pattern, our neck depth, because you can see from the video a picture that is a turtleneck. So you are going to be measuring exactly the body measurement of neck measurement of this person. We are not going to be using the normal standard measurement of 3 by 3, and this the formula for it is on the screen there. Okay, so we are measuring exactly the neck measurement of this person. Because it's a turtleneck gown, we are not going to be using the normal standard of 3 by 3. Okay, so that's what I've marked out here. I slanted my shoulder by 1 inch. I came in on my armhole by ½ inch. I've marked my bust divided by 4 plus allowance is there. I've plotted my waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance is here. This is my hips divided by 4 plus 2 inches is here, and then my hem line. Okay, this is the dart that we took, right? This is the dart that we took. Okay, so now what we do is to slit it. Get your bust span measurement. Okay, get your bust span measurement. Then this particular dart area, you fold it in. Okay, you fold it in. If you fold it in, okay, fold it in so that it will give, there's a different effect you get when it's like this and like this. You might not see that effect because I am working on a small size measurement. Okay, if you plot it, if you mark it on your adult side, you will see the difference. Okay, so you hide that 2 inches that you're supposed to remove, right? You hide it, then you slash through like so. Just keep slashing till you get to the edge, because we want to be able to move. We want to be able to move this like so. You see, with what I have done now, I have created a little bit of flare. It might not be flare up to the full circle, but we have created a flare. Okay, now this is one. Remember that the neckline, the chest area around this area was cut out, and as you can see, that cutting started from somewhere around the armhole down to the bust, almost the bust line, but not on the bust line, just a little bit above the chest line. Okay, now we'll mark it. you mark here, you mark here, you keep marking it, you keep marking it, you keep marking it, you keep marking it, you keep marking it. Like this is okay. You do not really need to measure. You can use your free hand to be able to do it. Now you cut out this side. Okay, you cut it out this way. Okay, now you place this particular one again on another material. That's why I say in ready to wear business, you invest all these things we are doing. Okay, if you say you want to cut it direct, that's when you see your gown looking like a pregnant woman's gown because it won't have shape. But with this thing that we did, remember we removed our dart, remember we opened it up. With this thing that we have done, by the time you finish cutting, you will see that your gown will fall. Now with what I have done, if you have enough material and you want to place it on bias form while cutting, it will even be finer. But if you don't have enough material, that this is all you can afford, the material that you have for sewing, this one alone can bring out the effect that we are looking for. So now we want to draw out this pattern. So you can widen it as much as you like. Now you mark. Our main design now. Okay, you cannot see our main design now. So this is the neck part and this is the down part now. So you can see even if you place it back, it will balance. Okay, see we have cut it now. Okay, we will keep this one because this one does not have any ruffles. But from the picture you can see that this one has ruffles around here. The ruffles does not necessarily have to come down to this area if you look at that style properly. If you take the ruffle too low to this place, okay, it might make it look very puffy. But if you watch, you see that from here, from around here, this gown is just fitted and free. Okay, so what we do is splash it so that we'll be able to spread here and we'll be able to gather. Now when your material refuses to stay when you splash, you slit it. That way it can open, but let it not open much because the gathering is just around this area, it didn't come down. Okay, now at this point, if you want to see, if you have enough pattern paper and you want to place it on another pattern paper, that is why sometimes I will see a material that was posted on a beautiful design that was posted online with the amount, and then you go ahead and say, why is this amount? Please, if you are one of my viewers, stop that mentality. Okay, the reason being that a lot would have been put into making that style you are seeing. You will see it looking like flame. Look at this one now. This is the second pattern I'm going to be using. And if I still want to be extra careful, like I want to be extra careful, I'm still supposed to place it on another pattern paper. But if I don't want to place it on another pattern paper, but I'll be placing it on another pattern paper so that it will be clear for us. So whatever I'm doing there, you can as well just transfer it to your fabric without buying another pattern paper. That is one. Then secondly, location matters. There's a simple gown I will make. In my area, I live in Ojo. In my area, that gown, since it's this fake Ankara that is raining now, you make it with that fake raining Ankara, you can't sell it for more than 3,000 because everybody knows how much you bought it. Do you understand? Everybody sees you around. But when you are living in a place like Lekki, a style that will sell here for 3,000 naira can sell for as much as 15,000 in Lekki, and people will pay for it and buy it. Okay, so it depends. We are all in this business to make money. Do not castigate another person's price. Do you. Do what works for you. If you are destined to be selling your own gown for 500, yes, it's possible you can sell it 500. If you make a short A-line gown, short A-line, mini A-line gown, you can make from 6 years, you can get as much as 5 from that short for that short mini gown. You can get as much as 5 or 6 yards. So do not use yourself to judge somebody that is opportune to be in a place where they don't even know that that Ankara is being sold for 1,000 or 1,500. In that kind of area, you will see that Ankara going for as much as 5,000 naira, and people are buying it. And then when somebody like that from my own area, if I make it and take it to that kind of area, I will decide to sell for at least, I can sell for 20k. So far there's buyer. If the person does not have money, then let him price. It's not for us to castigate. I see people doing it a lot online. Somebody posts her style and says how much she's selling it, and people will be like, why, for what, when I can buy thread, I can buy. Please, let's not do that, because in as much as you're doing that to someone else, somebody else will also do it to you. Okay, let's change that. When you see somebody's style online, praise it. If you know that the price is way higher, please, you can just scroll past. So let's go right into our own tutorial, and I will be placing it on another pattern paper. Okay, I will be placing it on another pattern paper. Okay, I'll be placing it on another pattern paper to draft it out. Okay, so, and I will spread. I won't spread that much. The reason for me not to spread that much is because the gathering is only by this area. The gathering did not come down. Okay, so I will now mark it out. I've plotted my new pattern again on this pattern paper, right? Let's cut it out, and then so we have to measure it to be exactly the original neckline, and the original neckline is, we'll measure it this way. Okay, the original neckline is 4.5. Okay, so by the time you cut this one, you have to gather it to be exactly this neckline, because this is what this particular color chest line will be lapping on. Okay, but because we do not need ruffles on this one, that's why we didn't slash this one. Okay, so now on our fabric, let's cut out this one. Okay, you iron it so that you don't have any creases, because creases will add extra inches for you, which you don't really need. Okay, so please remember that all these things we were plotting is on fold. Then we place it like so. Okay, we place it like so, and this is the front. The back and the front is going to be the same measurement, but the only difference is that the back is going to have a line, that is a center line. Reason being that we are going to be attaching our button here so that our neck head can pass through. Okay, had it been it's not a turtleneck, this particular gown does not really need, so we are giving it 2 inches sewing allowance. Okay, you fold it in, you measure it, and you fold it in this way. Your 2 inches sewing allowance, you measure it and you sew it in. Okay, then you place your pattern. Okay, you place your pattern. Our material, you are going to use a needle to pass gathers so that you attach gathers just to this area. Okay, just this area will carry that gathers. This place does not have a problem. Now we set this aside so that we cut. Look at this is the back pattern with the zipper allowance. Okay, you leave it the way it is and you set it aside. We are done with this one. You set it aside. Now we are going to be cutting out this particular one. Okay, this also is on fold. Okay, when cutting, we will add sewing allowance to this area. We will add sewing allowance to this area. We will add sewing allowance to this area. No sewing allowance here because it's on fold. Okay, now because it is the back part, this side came in like this because it's the front pattern. The backpack is just 1 inches. So this is measure yours to be sure that it's 1 inch. Now this is what you do. Okay, this is for the back pattern. Okay, we set it aside, and we cut out for the front pattern. This is the front pattern. Guys, just to be clearer, because there should be no mistake, 1/2 inch sewing allowance for what you are, if you are comfortable. But if you are not comfortable, 1 inch sewing allowance, but make sure the whole 1 inch goes into the allowance. Okay, so now this is how it is. Okay, this is how it's going to be. Now what you are going to do is use needle and thread, or you run a long stitch on it so that you can pull it. But if you don't know how to run stitch on it, you can use needle to tack, just pass it through. Is going to be 1 inch. Okay, the neck depth at the back should be 1 inch. Okay, so you can see our gown is gradually forming. You can see our gown is gradually forming. Okay, so we'll set this aside so that we can talk about the sleeve. Now for the sleeve, to creating the sleeve, right? So this is our border line. Okay, this sleeve is going to have puff, and I want it to have a puff of about 3 inches. So 3 inches, this is what I have added. Now I will now be adding my cap's height, and my cap's height is 4 inches. Okay, my cap size is 4 inches, and then the length of my sleeve, you now choose your desired length. As you can see, this length is, we are seeing on the screen, is more than 24, because you can see that it gathered around this area. Okay, and then it has a cuff. Okay, so the 4 lines involved are our border line, and this is our puff line for the puff. Then this is our cap's height, and this is the full length of our sleeve. So for the puff, I'll just take it anyhow I want it. Okay, this is for the puff. Now when cutting it out on your fabric, you mark this place. Okay, I will show you why. Just keep watching. Now we connect, we create our sleeve. Okay, we create our sleeve, and please, we are going to be making this sleeve times 2. If this is your normal sleeve length, okay, you make it times 2. Okay, we'll make it times 2. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll show you what I mean. It's supposed to come like this way, because it's a small size sleeve. Okay, so whatever I won't be working on this side, I'm working from here, from the cap side. This is the puff side. I will show you what this area is for, but from here to here is what we are working on. Okay, so if the armhole depth for this person is 9 inches here, I make it 18 inches or even more than that. So normally this sleeve is supposed to come this way. Okay, it's supposed to come this way, but I made it times 2. This is the free hand of it, because I don't want to waste any more pattern paper. But if you have enough pattern paper to make, and let's assume that this is your sleeve, then you slit through it. Maybe there are 3 different slits, and you open it up, slit it out totally to this ending, let it be, cut it out totally. Okay, you cut it out totally. Now we have cut our sleeve, we have made our sleeve. Is very, this guys, this, I'm telling you of styles that you can make within 30 minutes and you are done. You are done. There's nothing in this style, but when you see it standing, you think it's too much. So let's create that. So remember to always iron your fabric. Then we place this. This is on fold, and this is for 1 sleeve. Okay, you place this. Okay, whatever is your normal sleeve, because it's a balloon sleeve, okay, whatever is your normal sleeve measurement, make it ×3, okay, or ×2.5 or ×2. But for this effect that is on this screen, on this gown, make it ×2.5 or 3. Now you place it on your material that you want to use and cut out. I already did that here, okay, I already did that here. You cut it out. Then as you are cutting, this area that is for puff, you notch it so that you know it. Now I have notched it. Now I'm going to open it up this way. Okay, if you open it up, you will see the 2 areas you notched. You now thread your thread, and then you start to and get to the other notch area. If you get to the other notch area, that means that is the center. Okay, now you are going to knot it very well and take it to the sewing machine, and you sew it to make it stable. This is the front side now. You see, as you can see, it has puffed. Okay, now, okay, you measure your cuff area, that is here. You measure it and then you cut it out. Okay, you measure it and cut it out on bias. Guys, I think that one does not really need to be illustrated. You can see now the remaining area for you to pleat is this area, which is the area you are going. This is the side, this is the hem part of the sleeve. Okay, this is the hem part of the sleeve. You can see it's forming already now. So you can see our sleeve is forming already. Now you are going to remember that there's an armhole line here. Okay, so you trim it out properly so that you'll be seeing your armhole line properly. Okay, so properly, this is my armhole line. So it means I am pleating all this sleeve. Okay, I'm pleating everything here. Everything. You are going to be pleating everything here to this side of the sleeve. You pleat everything here. Guys, you can see. Okay, everything here will be pleated, should be pleated to join this area. Okay, you can see you pleat everything here to join this from shoulder to the armhole, which is around this area. You can see, I don't know if the camera is showing it well, but everything is pleated to this area. Okay, everything on this sleeve is pleated to this area, to that armhole. Okay, this is a bogus sleeve, it doesn't really have problem. But let me show you how to cut out that cuff, because that cuff is part of the beauty.